Well, Abel Ngoma. Abel means breath. And when you think of Abel Ngoma, Abel is an artist that brings breath to life. It's about that one single breath that changes everything. Well, Abel Ngoma is a visual artist, drawing, sculpturing. I know there's more to that because I never want to take myself as a person who does a single thing. I know I'm more than that, and it's what I basically do. So if I'm going to call myself an artist, then it won't be just to say I'm a painter or I'm that. I know I have film in me, which is now I'm a filmmaker, and still exploring with life, still exploring, and keeps on going. Well, I've been an artist for as long as I can remember, so to say, because coming from a family of artists, grew interest in art because of dad, who is an artist as well, and who has been doing art, but now not anymore. He says he's leaving it all up to we, the children. You have something inside you, something that wants to come out. Creativity, it's an image. It can be anything. Sound. How do you bring it to reality? That now is when you have to plan for your works and say, this is what I want to bring out to reality. This is what I want to present to the world. So you look at that blank canvas and you put things together. You mix pens right there and you just do it, and it comes out to happen, because if it's inside you and desperately want to come out, definitely it will come out. Coming from a family of artists, so it is an inborn thing. Well, get that light. Being a good painter, being a good artist requires hard work, patience. It might be inside you, but if you don't put it to practice or good use, definitely it's gonna go away. It requires you to practice, constantly practice. Manage your time. You have to know that not one thing does really matter in this life alone. No way, no way. Everything equally matters. Family matters. If you're a school child, school has education is the key to success. Indeed, it matters. You yourself do matter. Everyone around you do matter. Work like a slave to live like a king. Oh yeah, he's been saying these words, he's still saying these words. Those words have had a great impact on my life because I work day and night. As much as I have time for everything else, working hard is a part of me. I work extra hard. If it's during the night, I stay up. If it's during the day, I still stay. Sometimes I even forget to eat. I'm like, okay, if I eat, then what's happening? It's because working hard is a part of me, and definitely someday I gotta live like a king. I have to live, I will live like a king. I'm painting using my fingers and my palette. It's a new style that I gotta absorb. I love it. So going down to the work and make sure it works out. I take every moment that I live every day as gone, because if it's gone, it's gone. It's not really coming back. I am a step closer to my future, to that very moment when I just wake up from bed and say, okay, I've done something in life. I'm a step closer to that moment when I look back to say, life is precious.
Parar para dançar, relaxar para sentir melhor. O movimento da onda que transforma a praia do nadador. A corrente do rio, a brisa que sopra suave.
Who inspires me? Every little thing in this life inspires me. Just me walking and seeing trees, that is an inspiration to me. Because if it looks so realistic, me looking at it live, then how about putting it on canvas? So I strive so much to make things, if I'm doing a realistic work, to look as realistic as possible. That is for hyperrealism type of art. Me meeting the president, yeah, His Excellency President of the Republic of Zambia, Edgar Chagwa Lungu. I met him first at Visual Arts Council in 2015. I did a portrait for him, and it was hung in the Henry Tayari Gallery. He saw it. He went, wow, I look more beautiful than the way I am in real life. For a 15-year-old, it was a relief. I did my first work, which gave me the name of an artist, in 2014 when I participated in the longest painting in Zambia for the Jubilee celebration. 2,000 children all around Zambia came together in one place to create, to bring out everything about freedom. And on that day, I did 2 portraits of our first Republican president of Zambia, and the news was everywhere. Newspapers, TV, and that's how I got my name of an artist. I saw paintings of the Zambian flag, the coat of arms. Well, because that's what I had in my head. Now it's what I had to put on canvas. We were only given 9 hours to do whatever we were going to do. So now what I had in my head was to do 2 portraits for the first Republican president of Zambia. So I had my canvas down there, and I just had to get my paints, and I was get white, get black. I had to do the other one in black and white, and I had to do the other one in color, which was mixture of blue, black, brown, mid, yellows, reds, and it was really amazing. Then the next thing I heard was, okay, this is brilliant. I was given the privilege to present all the 2,000 paintings to the first Republican president at his residence. Wow. It was the talk of the day, so to say, because going back to school, that was the only one thing people were talking about. I thank God because he made it all possible. Being an artist in Zambia, honestly, nothing is easy anyway. That's the truth. It requires you to put in all that you can put in, because me, personally, for the many works I've done, at times you find people don't really treasure them as much as I do. Because I've created that, I've spent time with that work, creating that work. So the way people look at it or see it is way different from the way I see it. My thoughts about that work would be sometimes lower, sometimes higher, compared to what people think and see when they see that work. So nothing is easy being anyway. That's the truth. You just gotta be constantly working, constantly putting in. Well, there goes a saying, if you do what you love, then you will never work a single day in your life. And that's just it. I do what I love. I don't see the hardship, the hardness in what I do. Of course, I know it's tough, but I still wake up every morning to say, okay, I need to grab my brush, I need to put my paints together, because, I gotta paint, that's it. How I feel when I paint. I feel freedom. I feel peace, completion. It's like art is this friend of mine that we do things together. So I wake up and say, okay, what am I going to create? I'm like, oh, hey, friend, art. What do we do next? I see my brushes showing up. I see my paint, my canvas, and that's when I'm painting. When I'm drawing, I see my pencils, I see pens, I see papers, and just that alone makes me want to create something, expressing what I'm feeling at that point. If I'm sad, I express a work that talks about sadness. Then I feel free inside. When I'm happy, I produce works that express happiness, and which it has always been just like that. Art is a friend of mine. I call art a partner. Being an artist at a young age, which makes me thank God even more, because God has put a talent in each and every one of us. Sometimes it's just hard to find that talent. So I thank God because He gave me talent, and I discovered that talent at a very tender age. It's a thing which has made me mingle with elderlies. It's a thing that has made me go places. Well, I've never gone out of Zambia at the moment yet. So, but it's the thing that has made me move around Zambia. It's brought me close to elderlies. It's made me mingle with presidents, ministers, the first female vice president of Zambia. It's a great thing. I still consider myself being young because I am young, producing all the works that I do. It's just a whole thing of, I wouldn't really say lowering myself, but I say being considerate of who I'm with, and that's always important. So yeah, but now I'm 20, so no longer a child. I'm a young man. Okay, so how I put things together in spite of me being a young artist? Well, not been doing pretty much a good job at that, because it's a thing that has made my mind broad and it makes me think beyond. Me being an artist makes me have that creative mind. It gives me that creativeness in me, so even as I put things together, I know for what use and I know for what exactly. So it's a thing that I don't really consider it saying, okay, now because I'm young, I'll produce this, because no. If a work presents itself to me, I handle it the best that I can. I have to put in everything, every little piece of my bone inside me has to work in order to produce that work with perfection. It's possible. Though only God is possible, is perfect. So possibly we don't really produce a perfect work, but it just brings us close to a better work, sort of. So I put things together knowing that, okay, if I'm doing this, it's for what use. If I'm doing this, God always comes in to help me out every time I'm working on a single work. On every little thing I do, I seek God's guidance. And yeah, I handle it, not as a child, but as a man. Okay, for my coming exhibition, in a short time that I have to produce 26 paintings. Whoa. First things first, you gotta know is you can't force creativity. So if it's 26 works, that means 26 different works. The difference must be in each and every one of those works. Whoa, that's so not easy. No, not for my brain. Nah. So what I do is this. I believe every person is an artist. So long as you can see, think, and imagine, then you are an artist. So what I really do, because when I was home, I would always gather my family and make them, not really make them, but get information from each and every one of them, from the last born, my 7-year-old little brother, to dad. I've started with few weeks and I'm still working on them right now. I'm working in the nights and I have to spend time with this work at night. Go to school, learn, come back, study, and go back again to that work. It's tiresome, but it's not impossible. It's not impossible. And I know I'm going to pull it off. Hence, it's a whole thing of me putting myself together and making sure that it comes to reality. I have waited for a solo exhibition my whole life. And this is the moment. It is here. I gotta wait for it. It's not gonna come easy and present itself. Nah. I gotta wait for it. Even when it's already here. And that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, doing this exhibition, inspiration, I say because it's something I've waited for my entire life. which means inspiration. I have to talk about culture. I have to talk about nature. I have to talk about life. Whoa. I don't really have a clear image, but all I know for a fact is that I'm still working towards what I have to work on. That's building my own gallery. Gotta have that. Having an art and film school for all the little ones, for elderlies. That's something I have to put together. It's something I'm working on. And having an orphanage. It's so sad coming from home with a happy family, walking in the streets, seeing young children, some of my age, moving and begging around the streets. It's heartbreaking. It's something that really bothers my heart, and I want to do something about it. I'm 20 years old, and which means I wouldn't have an answer or clear image to everything that I really want, because I know as I'm growing up, more things are presenting themselves to me. So at the moment, as I'm 20, I want to put together an artwork which won't be just art, but history, not for Zambia, not for just Africa, but for the entire world. I want to do a work that will speak to the generation that will come hundreds of years from now, if that will happen. The legacy that I would like to leave is that artwork that speaks to the future generation, that brings together the entire Africa, that talks and speaks about my Africa to the world. From Ngoma breath art. Well, this one goes to everyone out there who feels they can do more, but they are not doing more, or the world is not allowing them. Here's the thing. Life is precious, but it's only that when you take it that way. Don't find time to complain, but find time to learn, train, and you will dazzle. What you take life to be is what it becomes. If you feel you're not good enough, treasure that moment. It's important. Then work extra hard. Well, I got to a point where I was just doing art for fun at home. The next thing was it was introducing me to more people and more people every time. That was a sign to me that art is a big thing, but anything can be a big thing when you are passionate about it. From Mr. Berry Rwando, the Southern Regional Director, MTF, Multichoice Talent Factory, I am so grateful because he put this together. He came to me and said, okay, what if you did an exhibition? And he said, it's something that I have to work on. The question was, are you going to pull it off with school? And I said, it's not impossible. Hence, I'm going for it. So I'm just so grateful. Now, reaching to the end of the exhibition, when I'm done with all the works, it will be me now fully saying, I did it. Because now I'm still working on it. So, Ngoma Breath Arts. It's God above all.